Hi, I'm Maya Vander, and today I am all the way in Fort Lauderdale. Literally, it took me 1.5 hours. I mean, traffic in Miami is becoming more and more terrible. But anyways, usually Fort Lauderdale is about 40 minutes north of downtown Miami.
No traffic.
And I'm here with Benjamin Tepper. He's the in-house sales guy for Sage, and we came to learn more about it.
Thank you so much for coming. So yes, I'm representing Sage Intracoastal Residences here in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is a very, very interesting area. There's a lot of growth happening, a lot of new developments coming to the region. A lot of people are gravitating towards this area because of the quality of life. It's less saturated. It's the Venice of Americas.
The Venice of America, I like that.
Yes, it's for boating and yachting enthusiasts. And the quality of life is great and luxury is attainable. So we have a lot of people coming from around the area, Fort Lauderdale and Miami, but also the Northeast, New York, Boston, Chicago, and Canada. This is the main people coming here.
Yeah, and it's saying like, look, Miami has a lot of new construction projects, right? Between Coconut Grove all the way to, Sunny Isles. And it's nice to see what's going on here in Fort Lauderdale because Miami was underrated a few years ago. And I feel like Fort Lauderdale is also underrated. And finally, it's kind of like getting the credit it deserves.
Yeah, this is what I see actually. So I'm a Miami guy and I came here to Fort Lauderdale and I discovered it and I started to love it more and more. And I saw the growth in Brickell. I saw the growth in the design districts. And I'm saying to myself, Fort Lauderdale within the next 2 to 5 years is going to have tremendous growth. All the big developers are coming
here. So
it's
a good time to buy now before...
Very good time.
Yeah.
All the big developers are coming here. And look, there's a reason PMG, which is one of the nation's top developers, is developing this project.
They're doing Waldorf Astoria in Miami, and it's a beautiful project. Just one of many.
It's going to be iconic. And so Sage Intracoastal Residences is PMG's first project in Fort Lauderdale. It's really going to be something special. It's on the water, on the Intracoastal, close to the ocean. It's a luxury boutique project with only 44 residences. 28 stories, flow-through residences, which is great because you have full views. So basically sunrise to sunset, so east to west. And you have water views. And as I showed you earlier on the map, you can see a lot of greenery. You have the Bonnet House Museum and Garden. You have a lot of blue. You have the Intracoastal.
I agree to everything that you just said. I think Lauderdale is only here to stay, and I can't wait to learn more about Sage Intracoastal. So we're here in the kitchen model unit, right, for Sage. Tell me a little bit about the finishes. What can a buyer expect buying into Sage?
What a buyer can expect is the highest quality, pretty much in everything. So this is a quartz countertop. Then we have Ital Craft for pretty much everything, Wolf appliances, and then we have Sub-Zero fridges. The kitchen are top of the line. And then throughout the apartments, again, there's 44 residences. Throughout 28 floors, and they're large flow-through residences, approximately all of them 3,000 square feet, and the units come finished, meaning that you can come in with your furniture and everything else is done.
Which is nice because, again, a lot of those new construction projects, they don't finish the units, and then the buyer has to do everything. So you deliver it with floors.
And you can choose your flooring.
Closets, I assume it's custom, so...
Closets, yeah, you can have the closets, which is actually similar to the ones that are being done for the Waldorf Astoria downtown. It's all done by BAMO. So BAMO is a world-renowned interior design firm, and they do Waldorf Astoria, Peninsula, a lot of high-end hospitality brands. Yeah. So they are the ones who are doing all the finishes for all the apartments. And this is something that we've seen a lot of buyers come in actually really like, because having a finished unit is something headache-free. They can just bring in then their style, their design, and furniture. PMG always delivers, a product with high-end quality.
So you have like 44 units. What is the smallest unit and what is the lower price point?
We start the pricing in the low $3 million for the lower residences, so on the 6th floor. Because the 5th floor is the 19,000 square foot of amenities, then the residents start on the 6th floor. And then it goes all the way to the 27th floor.
So the higher you go, obviously, the more you're gonna spend.
The higher you go, the more expensive it is. The 28th floor is the 2 penthouses.
What does the penthouse look like? How big it is?
They're actually 3,200 square feet. So similar as the 26, 27, those high floors. But the big difference is that they have a very large terrace and jacuzzi.
Nice. And what are they going for? What's the price point?
They're actually sold. So they were the first units that sold, but they sold around $6 million.
You obviously sales units here. Who are the buyers? Where are they from? What are we seeing?
A lot of buyers that we're seeing here at Sage are either local from Fort Lauderdale, they're in their early 50s, they have a house in Fort Lauderdale, they don't need all the space, they don't want the headache of taking care of a home, and they want to have luxury condo with not too many units, all the amenities, high-end finishes. So we have a lot, Fort Lauderdale, South Florida, and then obviously the Northeast, New York, Boston, Washington, Chicago, all those areas.
It's crazy to me because it's not crazy, but look, before COVID, before the pandemic, we had so many like Latin Americans buyer here in Miami and just in general. And since the pandemic, Miami got the appreciation finally and the credit because you see all these like domestic buyers coming into town, whether if it's here or Fort Lauderdale. You have a lot of Canadians that are coming down here, obviously Northeast and West Coast. So it's very interesting to see, and the demand is definitely there, especially in an area like Lauderdale, which you don't have much, new construction. So this is definitely a nice addition to the area.
Yeah, I mean now, Fort Lauderdale is seeing an addition of plus 20 development projects for every taste. So.
Wow. So let's talk about amenities. So amenities, what can I get in Sage as a buyer? What type of amenities?
I mean, so we have actually a lot of amenities. We have the 5th floor, which is dedicated to all the amenities. So you have full gym with techno gym equipment, cardio, weights. Then you have movement studio, you have a yoga lawn, then you have a spa for men and women, where there will be obviously the cold plunge, the steam room, the sauna, all the health and wellness.
I love how every time there is something new, right? So this is like the cold plunge.
This is, you have to have it. All these amenities, there's a grilling area, so if you want to do barbecues with friends. There's also a jacuzzi and zen area if you want to relax on the 5th floor. And then downstairs, you have the pool deck, which is very nice with a nice kitchen and bar. And then we have boat slips for people who have boats. And overall, the building has pool service, so 24-hour security.
Talk about the boat slips, because boat slips are obviously such a good selling point.
100%.
Who can get the boat slip? Is it just if you get a designated spot? Is it for the penthouse only, or it's
we're waiting for full approval, but it will be approved very soon. But there's only 4, so it's very limited. It's for the person who wants it and needs it, and they have a first right of refusal, and then they have it, and then they decide if they want it or not. I'm working with a buyer who wants one. The penthouse owner obviously bought 2 of them.
What's the delivery?
We don't have an exact date of the groundbreaking, but it should be soon. Delivery is Q2 of 2027, so within 2 years. And we're the first project in Fort Lauderdale that will be delivered out of all the new developments.
Today I'm signing a contract. I have to bring a check for 20% down? Or?
No, actually we have a very good payment structure. So PMG being a New York developer, they work the New York way, and we have 30% down. So when you come and sign a contract—
The New York way?
The New York way.
The aggressive
way. Actually.
Bring me the money.
You put 10% down.
Oh, 10%.
10%, it's better.
No, 30%.
No.
Whoa.
You put 10% down at contract, and then you put 10% 6 months after, and 10% at foundation, which should be before the end of the year.
That's very reasonable. Most projects will be between 40 and 50% down. So 30% down, expecting to be done around end of 2027, mid-2027.
Mid-2027.
44 unit total.
Yes.
HOA fees.
So HOA fees, it's around $1.6 per square.
That's very reasonable.
So it is a cost, but it's very reasonable because we offer a lot. And most projects, especially the branded residences, it's much more. It's $1.7 to $2 a square foot.
Right. We've seen the HOA increase in the last few years for obviously insurance cost reasons. Then you have better amenities and it costs money, all that stuff.
If you want all the services and amenities and all this,
you gotta pay. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the location of Sage in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, so Sage is located on the Intracoastal in a residential area, but it's very close. So it's right across the Bonnet House Museum and Garden, which is very beautiful. It's preserved. 10 minutes away from the ocean, 10 minutes away, driving here to Las Olas, so you're very close. So it's centrally located and close to also a lot of very beautiful high-end residential areas.
Thank you for joining me. Fort Lauderdale. Hopefully, it's not going to take me 2 hours to go back to Miami today. I want to write a comment. Make sure to like, subscribe. And then thank you so much, Benjamin, for having me.
Thank you, Maya, for coming.
And till next time.